This is really just beginning. The conditions are just going to get worse.
This is still going to be a major event for us.
This water is coming up quickly.
That car is almost totally submerged in water.
It is still dangerous out here.
North Carolina may see its worst flooding since Hurricane Floyd in 1999.
Oceans of water were pushed over the dunes.
It really is getting more serious by the hour.
Power lines are down. A very dangerous situation.
I've never seen anything like this.
Things are turned over, windows busted out.
A transformer on the road just right next to us just blew.
Expect wind and rain as Hurricane Matthew moves north. We're live at the coast and in the Triangle to help you prepare.
The wind has really picked up around here just in the last few hours. Want to show you video that we captured as we were out and about this morning, getting a better idea of what developed overnight.
It has really picked up within the last few minutes. We've had some heavy rain bands overnight. The major concern here, as it is in a lot of places, is the potential for flash flooding.
Definitely windy here. We're getting periods where it really picks up when we get some of these outer rain bands. High tide, it's not even here yet, not until about 1:30 this afternoon, and the water is already very high, very close to the dunes.
So as Matthew approaches, the conditions are just going to get worse. We've gotten about 5 inches of rain. Another 10 inches is expected, so we have a long way to go.
And you really have to be super careful. We are not going to go through this water right now.
Oh, this is miserable. Miserable. There's Cross Creek behind me. It is raging, and the water is rising fast. It's coming up to the wheel wells in our truck, and we'll probably have to move in the next few minutes.
The normally bustling Myrtle Beach is like a ghost town. Adam Owens brings us a story.
Bill, we are not terribly far from where this storm first made landfall, and that really was the worst case scenario. But you can see it is coming on Myrtle Beach pretty heavy at this moment. I don't know if you can make it out, but there are very tall waves stacked several high behind us, and it really is quite powerful to see Mother Nature and all of her force coming at us like this, but everybody is staying hunkered down at this point, and that is a very good idea.
Just in the last 10 minutes, we watched as a transformer down there blew, so all of the homes on that side may be having issues with power. I've seen it flicker on and off, but I also want to show you off the other side of my shoulder here, water from the intercoastal, so you can see how it is rising, and they say that they are expecting the conditions to get worse throughout the day. Of course, we will be here. We're giving you updates online on WRAL.com and on Facebook and Twitter. Back to you.
Layla, thank you.
Elizabeth, do you think the governor's right? This could be the worst flooding since Hurricane Floyd in 1999?
I do think so. I mean, we're really seeing that right now. I mean, listen to this. Fayetteville in the last hour, between 11 and 12, saw 2.3 inches of rain in one hour. This area is going to be impassable as we get through the afternoon and tonight. Do not try to drive.
We have this new video shared with WRAL on Facebook from Brunswick County. Watch as part of this pier collapses. This is Yapon Pier.
Not surprising that part of that pier went into the water, because we are right now feeling the back edges of the storm as it whips through Brunswick County. We've been keeping an eye on this house right here across the street. For a while there, we thought that was the end of the siding being lost, but with the wind picking up right now, most of that siding, or some of that siding, will continue to peel away.
More than 12 inches of rain flooding streets and neighborhoods. Hurricane Matthew is here with deadly consequences.
3 deaths, 1 in Sampson County, 2 in Bladen County today, all related to flooding. Roads are washed out. Parts of the interstates have been closed. This is a very serious situation. 72 water rescues that we know about. You're looking at this now. This car, as you can see, almost completely submerged there. As you can see, they were able to rescue the driver of that car. Another example of what can happen if and when you try to drive through flooded roads.
The torrential rains are causing major flooding across our area. This is video of high water on Interstate 95 and Interstate 40. Look at that. That's a 70-mile-per-hour normal way that people can go down the road, but not today. And look, they look more like boats than they do like cars. And you can see how dangerous this is. Our top priority is to keep you safe.
This is what people have been dealing with today.
The advice is to stay home, don't be out. It's life-threatening.
You can see the waves behind me churning up terribly, and it really is tearing this beach apart.
We will keep tracking the storm until the danger is past.
This is WRAL News.
What a difference an hour can make. This is the backside of the storm. As you can see, we're getting those gusty winds again. We're getting some heavy rain. I kind of thought I had dodged the proverbial bullet, that I wasn't going to be standing in rain tonight. But as you can see, it looks like we're going to have these conditions, I'm told, for possibly another couple of hours.
And now we go to Adam Owens, who is in Myrtle Beach now. And Adam, boy, you have been pounded by rain and wind for hours now.
Man, have I ever. Deborah, David, I believe it has done a number on this area in Myrtle Beach. Man. And I believe Hurricane Matthew still has our number. These wind gusts really have not let up. There was a time when a lot of people here locally, particularly when the rain stopped and the wind shifted, there's a lot of people we talked to who thought, well, the worst is behind us. But very quickly, they realized this is far from over. As a matter of fact, here in Myrtle Beach, at 6 o'clock this evening, they put a curfew in effect. And I can tell you firsthand that they are serious about that curfew.
Thank you for staying with us. Our weather coverage continues right now on WRAL. Matthew has pounded North Carolina throughout the day, and it's a storm we will definitely be dealing with in the days and weeks to come.
We have seen winds, rain, a lot of flooding, and deaths in this state. If you haven't lived through this before, it's just hard to believe.
Yeah.
Your area is going to flood. It's going to be an emergency, so you choose not to go to a shelter. Why should I leave? 3 or 4 hours later, you're trapped.
Even a lot of us have been through storms like this before. So there are areas that are seeing the type of flooding and damage they have never seen before, even though we've been through some really powerful, dangerous storms before.
And here's some things to remember if you're here in Wake County. The entire county is under an emergency right now. Raleigh Police, a half hour ago, sent us a message saying that every police officer with a Raleigh PD is working tonight. And every officer is working on a water-related call. They are not answering any other messages. In fact, their opening line was, the city is under water. And they said, please, please, please do not go out.
It's gotten a whole lot windier. I'm hoping you can hear me than it was a little while ago when we talked to you. The rain is still coming down at a pretty good clip. And about 2 minutes ago, a transformer on the road just right next to us just blew. So definitely the backside of this storm is going to cause some possible problems here in Wrightsville Beach.
Now, Nick Stevens, he has been out and about tonight. He is now live at a shelter in Nash County. And Nick, I even saw you tweeting a short time ago about an animal shelter flooding.
Yeah, the Nash County Animal Shelter here actually has some flooding issues, and so they're going to be evacuating the animals here to Nash Central High School, which is where we are right now.
Oh, it's just getting bad out there, and the water continues to rise, being rescued from cars, from their homes, from the streets.
When the morning light comes, we're going to find a lot of damage in a lot of places we know about and a lot of places we don't know about. And I want to show you some video about one we do know about, a sad one that came to light not too terribly long ago. It was a fire. It is down in the Cherry Grove section, that is the north of us here in Myrtle Beach. And the fire grew, it expanded to multiple structures. Now, at one point we were told it did not appear as if emergency officials would be able to get to those people to do anything to try to put that fire out because of obvious reasons, the storm that we are experiencing right now. Matthew has not been kind to us here in South Carolina, and I can speak specifically for Myrtle Beach. Again, in the morning, we'll see exactly what we have left and what we were given. Back to you guys.
Still seeing those very, very high winds there, and being blown around. Adam Owens live in Myrtle Beach. Thanks, Adam.
Right now on WRAL, as you can see, Matthew has a devastating impact on North Carolina. 3 storm-related deaths are reported. 4 people are missing. Multiple counties, including Wake County, under a state of emergency.
Also, you've seen the video here. Swiftwater rescue teams from other states are assisting in rescue efforts in the Sandhills.
Thanks for staying with us here on WRAL, Mix 101.5 and WILM. I'm David Crabtree.
And I'm Deborah Morgan. We will check in with our live reporter station from the Triangle to the Sandhills to the coast.
And I'm here at the intersection of Glenwood and Creedmoor. You can see right behind me there's a stranded car stuck right here in the water. And if you look a little bit further down Creedmoor, you can see several stranded cars that are trapped in those floodwaters down the street. They've been here the entire time we've been out here. We have not seen anybody around them, so we're assuming that they've all been cleared out and they're safe. Now, something really amazing. Everybody knows Crabtree Creek floods, of course, when there are heavy rains, but I've never seen anything like this. This is the parking lot at the Sears at Crabtree Valley Mall. It is about 2 feet deep in water. They closed the mall early today at 1:30. That turned out to be a really good decision.
It was not only here, Matthew also hammered the South Carolina coast.
We've seen some dramatic images out of Myrtle Beach, and that's where we find Adam Owens. Adam?
And Deborah, David, we're hoping that drama is finally paring itself down a little bit. We hope we're near the end of it. We have noticed that the winds again continue to taper off, but that has not stopped them from occasionally coming up at us in some pretty powerful gusts. So it's not over yet, but we're hoping we're somewhere near that end.
Our camera was rolling when firefighters used the boat to pull Deanna Robinson, her boyfriend, and their 18-month-old baby from their flooded home. They had been trapped inside all night.
A little pond, and it overflowed, and then it went all the way to our backyard and to our house and covered our floors.
By the time we woke up this morning, it's just everything was underwater.
This is the parking lot of a gas station. You see big rigs stuck in the floodwaters, nearby neighborhoods as well, all because of the unrelenting rain and heavy winds from Hurricane Matthew. When we pulled up to this Robinson County community just off Interstate 74, family members were rescuing other family members using nothing more than a four-wheeler while other family members were still stuck.
I mean, my grandma and them, they trapped in the house.
It's just, I ain't never seen it this bad, man.
I mean, when I pulled up, I saw the condemned sign on my house.
Thomas Atkinson thought he might return to some flood damage, but as it turns out, he has no home to return to at all.
This house is not livable. We can't even stay in here.
The priority is accurate information, timely information to the people that are potentially in the midst of harm's way.
And next in sports, all three area teams play today unbelievably despite the weather.
We'll show you the ending to these sloppy games with Mandy Mitchell coming up.
We'll just call it the Hurricane game. The NC State Notre Dame game will be remembered for quite some time. Now, we did reach out to NC State to ask why exactly they decided to play the game, even though the weather was what it was today. They told us there was no lightning, so they thought it was safe. The play was just as sloppy as the weather today. First half, fumble after fumble. Notre Dame fumbles it away, and then State would return the favor on the next possession. Look at that field right there. Just crazy conditions for this game. The Pack up 3-0 at halftime. The only touchdown of the game coming in the fourth quarter, tied at 3. State blocks the punt. Dexter Wright returns it for the touchdown. 10 total fumbles in the game, 4 for turnovers. NC State wins a very memorable one, 10-3.
I'll probably remember it to the day I die. Just raining, playing in the hurricane. Don't know if he was going to play or not. Lightning delay. And then after the game, doing field slides in the mud, too. So, it's just something to remember for this one.
UNC decided to play Virginia Tech this afternoon, saying ACC policy requires teams to play if it is safe on campus. The conditions are not wonderful for Larry Fedora's offense. That's apparent. Mitch Trubisky throws an interception. The Hokies would get a field goal off that turnover, makes it 3-0. The Tar Heels fumble the football 3 times. They lose 2 of those. Look at Chris Francis right here. Look how slippery the ball is. Nobody could come up with it. Virginia Tech would score on that too, makes it 6-0. Second quarter now. First touchdown, Jerron Evans to Chris Cunningham. UNC is down 13-3 at the half. That's really all the Hokies would need. North Carolina can't do anything on offense, only gaining 131 yards, the lowest under Fedora. They lose it 34-3.
It's still raining out there in a good many areas, just thankfully not nearly as hard as it was earlier. And this entire shield will shift eastward overnight. And when you get up first thing in the morning, assuming it's like around 7, 8ish, you might even see the sun here in the Triangle, which will be a nice sight.
That absolutely will. At least it will be dry for the next few days so we can try to clean up.
Dry out and clean up.
A lot of recovery to come. A lot of chainsaws are going to be out probably tomorrow and for days to come. A lot of things to be done before we get power on. It is our privilege to be here to bring the information to you, to bring you comforting information, to bring voices that you know, and to let you know that this is going to pass, the power is going to be back on, and just hang in with this. We'll get through this together.
We would not be anywhere else. This is why our job is so important, is to help in times of crisis like this especially. So